asks exceed the revenue expectation that we have at this time, right? When you see the budget in April, it will be balanced. For FY22 is $64,952,911. We're forecasting based on that levy and with an estimate with House 1 budget from the governor at $24.5 million. We're forecasting roughly $6.1 million in local receipts, and then other available funds at 2.7 for a FY22 operating budget of $98,343,624. Is roughly a $2.6 million increase, which represents about 2.8%. The Prop 2.5 increase gives us $1.5 million, as you can see under the FY22 million. We are forecasting new growth based at 500,000 at this time. You can see in FY21, the total state aid was 24,206,579. This year, a nominal increase, 24,558,822. One of the, I guess, highlights in the COVID era is that automobile sales seem to be doing okay. For whatever reason, people are buying cars. We do see that the sewer has a reduction in this coming year. The number of vehicles in their fleet was reduced either by attrition, damage, or they serviced out by age. As you know, the solid waste department has, for the past 2 years, brought in a rather substantial retained earnings request to draw funds to support their operations. This really has been driven by the collapse of the recycling market, where recycling, once we made money on it, now we pay to have recycling done. The ambulance reserve exists to pay the salaries and equipment cost of our rescues. So we forecasted 1.7 million. So overall, for public safety, a 6.3%.
I move to approve measure 2021-029, which is effectively moving $8,500 from the reserve fund to the NAFD expense.
I vote yes. That's 9-0 in support of emergency measure 2021-029.
In FY21 asked for 41, correction, they asked for more. They received $41,127,761. This year, they have submitted a request for $44,595,839 to account for their operations. That is a delta of $3,468,078, roughly 8.43%. The one unknown right now, and we've budgeted a certain number, but is the health insurance number. You can see that's a sizable number for a line item entry, probably our largest single line item in the budget at $11,337,000 for health insurance. That reflects a 2.51% increase. That number is holding right now. We are in our 3rd year with Maya. We're up for renewal with them, and we're in discussions with Maya on insurance right now. We're paying on an annual basis $3.8 million in FY22 is the forecast. That's an increase of $329,000. That is driven because of the pause of COVID in the previous, when I came before you to suspend capital improvement spending. We paused those projects, collected that money back, let it fall to free cash, recertified it. You'll see where we're going to spend that now. But right now, the demand is for $99,526,048, a difference of roughly $1.2 million in demand versus, ability to fund. It seems like a lot of money, but I will tell you that there's a lot of opportunity here that we'll be able to work with each of the departments. Currently, you have 30 ongoing projects that we're managing for a total value of $12.9 million. Again, that's up on the website that we update monthly for the progress of those slides. A couple of those have already started wrapping up and finishing up.
I move to refer the discussion and review of the capital improvement program to the Finance Subcommittee.
9-0, referring the capital improvement program to the Finance Subcommittee.